Gacha games. Games that are notoriously known to have the best stories.
正式な日時は3日後に決めた。
Along with the most pleasant fan base you could ever meet. Now, as a fan of such games, I also dabble into looking in at what the other fans has created because of their love for the game. No matter how reviled gacha games are, a lot of wonderful fan arts have actually come from those games. You can see amazing people cosplay as characters from them. You can't deny the creativity that flows within this genre of game. But of course, we're not here to see any of that. I already foreshadowed in the beginning what we will be diving into in this video. Games that are notoriously known to have the best stories, lore, world building, character development. These are major aspects of a good story that all gacha games have already mastered. What I want to see is how it can transfer to fanworks in a literary sense. So, I will be reading excerpts from fanfictions from a variety of gacha games to you, my dear viewer. I don't want to suffer alone, so I'm forcing you to bear this with me. I'll be reading randomly picked lines from the fanfics, and by random I mean wherever my eyes would lay upon, meaning I will have no context clues or whatsoever about what is going on in that moment. I could read an entry when the character is getting and I would have no idea how we got there. First on the chopping board, we have a fanfiction from Reverse 1999. I explicitly chose this game because it seems like their fan base is pretty chill. Like, it's not like the other gacha games fan base, so I feel like this is a neutral start. Also, I'll be going into this without knowing anything about any of the characters in this game. I just saw like some screenshots of this game and it seems very European, so yeah. It has the same feel as Arknights, so I feel like the story in this game is pretty good too, so yeah. And first up, we have a fanfiction titled Sing Into the Infinite by Tutafi. And let's look at the tags first before we begin. The category is FF, meaning female to female, so it's another gay story. Not that there's anything wrong with it, I support you. And the additional tags are, I suppose these are the characters from the game, Kakanya, Isolde, Marcus, and Semmelweis. Additional tags are alternate universe, brief body horror or gore. Okay, I knew it. I knew Reverse 1999 seems like the type of game that has like a lot of mature content to it, so it definitely translates to the fanfictions too. I feel like. Like I said, I have no idea about the game. So yeah, let's pick out a line. Okay, we're gonna start on this one. And I feel like I should also pick about how much to read, because if I just read all of this, it would be like infringing on copyright, right? So yeah, I'm just gonna read like a few lines maybe. Pretty much comment on bits and pieces. So yeah, once again, this is Sing Into the Infinite by Tutafi. Clara had wanted to press for more details, not at all satisfied with a single word answer. But Semmelweis' demeanor had screamed reluctance and discomfort to such an extreme that Clara had decided to not press her luck, just basing on this one alone. I feel like Clara is a nosy bitch. Okay, I'm sorry if I don't know the character that much, but I guess like they're also basing their writing on this fan fiction to like how the characters act on the game, because like the people who write these are definitely interested in the story of the games that they play. So yeah, unfortunately her curiosity had been piqued to a dangerous degree, and Clara has since struggled to keep her festering need to know and learn in check. Okay, now I'm curious what Clara wants to know. I feel like I picked a wrong line to start on, but we're gonna stick with it. She is happy she managed to spend an evening with Semmelweis before she left the country on business a week ago. Entirely different than her current breakfast with Marcus, but deeply special and treasured all the same. Is she having an affair with Marcus? I actually have no idea. Like I said in the beginning, I have no context clues as to what I am reading. So yeah, this seems like NTR 100%. I will manage, Clara says. She will, even if she is scared of what may happen in the future. Even if Isolde's and Semmelweis' certainty that she will inevitably kill someone makes her sick to her stomach. Besides, the flavor profiles that Isolde speaks of after eating are really quite fascinating. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't somewhat interested in exploring more. Isolde herself tastes so wonderful, though I've only had a very few chances. Are we talking about cannibalism here? What the fuck is she saying? Excuse me? Cannibalism was not in the tag. I am getting into some weird freaky shit right here, but I guess in Arknights they didn't explicitly say that Gumi cannibalized someone, but they heavily implied it. So I guess this is just explicitly saying it. Isolde's flavor profiles. Very nice. Very exquisite. Clara shuts her mouth as soon as she realizes what she's saying. Ears burning. That thought maybe should have stayed inside her head. Okay, so it just slipped out of her mouth. Okay, sure. Marcus' expression is both amused and dubious. Dubious little creature. Which is fair, Clara thinks. Are they like some kind of fucking cult? Cannibalizing cult? Like what the hell? I'm reading this out loud and I'm pretty sure my neighbors are getting freaked out what the fuck I'm saying here. I can only be happy that you found something to be excited about with your new diet. Okay, they are actually cannibalizing. Marcus says blithely, but Clara can hear the playful judgment in her voice. Wait, is Marcus a girl? Probably. Says in here, if she survives, it'll just be another thing for Marcus to tease her about. Clara just hopes she won't tell Semmelweis, but that may be a wish made in vain. Have you ever thought about it? Clara asked, needing the conversation to move on. Marcus tilts her head. About doing what I'm doing? No. Marcus' answer is immediate and certain. I am human. I will always be. My story will one day end like everyone's, and that is okay. Between my mother's recent health scare and you, I've had maybe too much time to think about stories ending. A sad smile spread across her lips. There's no stopping time, no matter how much we may want to. But isn't their name like Reverse 1999? Like, I feel like with the title of their game, it has to do something with time loop. I don't know. That's just me. Reverse 1999 feels like that kind of game with time loops and time paradox and shit. Before Clara can speak, Marcus shakes her head. I don't want to say goodbye to those I love, and I don't want my life to continue on unending. Nothing about becoming something other than what I am interests me, Clara, and I don't have the same motivation you seem to have. Marcus has a point. Immortality feels so boring too, especially like if you form certain bonds with people and then those certain bonds with other people that you have, they're not immortal. It just leads to like heartbreaks. Definitely get Marcus here. I understand. I do. Clara's own thoughts had been so similarly inclined before she found out about everything. She tries not to think about how in the future they may be saying goodbye to each other again, except one of them will have changed and the other will have stayed the same. So Clara, I think, is immortal, right? But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. So, what do we know about? What did we learn about Reverse 1999 today? It feels like the story that the game has is pretty dark. So it leads to like the fan fictions becoming more mature too. They have like in the darker side of storytelling. Instantly we are introduced here to immortality, life and death, to cannibalism, like fucking hell, man. But I'm kinda glad that there was no smut here. They just happened to talk about someone's flavor profile, which is fucking weird. But yeah, this one seems like a good read. I advise you to, if you want to, if you're interested, you can check it out. I mean, I don't know if I can link this one. Yeah, about the story itself, about the fanfiction itself. I don't know, it's interesting. When we started reading, I was curious as to what exactly is happening in this story. So yeah, that is Singing to the Infinite by Tutafi, one from Reverse 1999. Next up, we have something from Arknights, the gacha game that actually has the best story. This one is titled The Sweetest Parfait by Cross Cosmic. Again, let's look at the tags and see where this goes. It's male-female, okay? And this one is about Lemwen. We don't have Lemwen yet in Global, so I'm curious about where this goes. All I know is Lemwen is our Hot Wheels waifu. And the tags are Fluff and Smut, okay? Office, canon disabled character, of course, is Lemwen. Teasing, physical therapy, quote-unquote physical therapy. I know where that goes. When the physical therapist massages your fucking ass and then slips up Massage, legs focus, legs fetish, foot fetish. Okay, introducing this once again, The Sweetest Parfait by Cross Cosmic. After receiving the green light, you took to the task of unlacing her boots. Okay, we instantly got the feet part. I'm happy. I'm just kidding. I don't have a foot fetish. Please don't make allegations of me. After receiving the green light, you took to the task of unlacing her boots, slowly removing them to properly reveal her long, shapely legs. Is this okay to read on YouTube? Like, I feel like I'm gonna beep out a lot of shit. The anticipation was killing you. But eventually, her extremities were laid bare. You knew what her complexion was like, of course, having stared at her as often as you did. But seeing more of her skin like this was enough to make your head spin. It was as pure and unblemished as the frosting on a wedding cake. Okay, that's a weirdly way to put it. Why would you? I guess you would want to eat it like a wedding cake. I mean, yeah, sure. You could have said snow or whatever, but you went and chose a wedding cake. You do you, Otter. You do you. And this was just her legs. Imagine what the rest of that body might look like. Is it alright to read this? Imagine what the rest of the body might look like and how much more beautiful she would be if she was fully naked. Okay, they cut out that part. I wonder why. Why would they cut out that part? You could have gone full down bad on this one, but you chose not to. And to that, I have a newfound respect for this one. You're kind of blue balling us a little bit here. You glanced back up at Lemwen, who was looking at you with the same grin as she always wears in teasing mode. She knew exactly what she was doing. She's not moving her legs, right? Like, she can't. She physically can't move her legs. What exactly was she doing? Is there anything in particular you'd like me to do? A smirk, just a gentle massage is enough. Perhaps that may be too much for you. Okay, she is definitely teasing. I thought Lemwen was like moving her feet and shit. That's why I was asking, how can Lemwen move her feet if she was a cripple? You were trying oh so hard to not react to the way she said that. Not at all. Okay then, here goes. And you place your... Okay, this is where the smut comes in. Like, okay, no, not smut yet, but rather slight touchy-feely. And you place your hands the exposed skin of her calf. Every inch of her that you could feel was supple, with a hidden firmness. The wording of this one, like, it feels like those books for like midlife crisis, kind of like those 50 Shades of Grey bullshit. Every inch of her that you could feel was supple, with a hidden firmness that showed she really wasn't as frail as someone in her condition appeared. I'm kind of confused here because if you don't work your muscles on a certain part, like, that shit will wither. Like, I don't know about biology, okay? But I feel like it would just be really weak. Like, the muscles there won't really be that firm, like what the author has said in here. Especially if it's like a long time that you've been crippled. You work your hands in soft strokes, rubbing and caressing her pale skin with reverence. You move down, giving her feet and soles some care. What kind of care? I'm gonna lick. Would Lemwen's feet be smelly? Like, I'm not sure. Like, now I'm interested. You got my interest peaked. Now I'm interested in Lemwen's feet. Like, if someone is in a wheelchair, wouldn't her wheels be technically her feet? What the fuck am I saying? You move down. Okay, let's move on. You move down, giving her feet and soles some care, trying to get whatever soreness existed in her muscles out of her. Lemwen was looking down at you, half-lidded, submitting to the feeling of your hands on her. It seemed you were at least doing something right. She looked like she was enjoying it, or she was just enjoying teasing us because she can see the look on our faces and that we are actually drooling in that moment. Slender fingers on yours to get your attention. May I do something impulsive, doctor? As long as it's no trouble. You stop, waiting for her. I'd like to see your face, if that's all. Okay, see? She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows that we're actually drooling on her. Does Lemwen have sensations in her legs or the skin on her legs? I actually have no idea about that shit. Defense is non-existent in this moment. You couldn't deny her even if you tried. She reached down and pulled your hood back from your head, removing your mask in the process. A satisfied look entered her eyes. She's like pulling my force. Like, if you look at the doctor's model, right? The doctor kind of looks like an uncircumcised. And then the way this one praised it, she pulled the hood down. I don't want to continue this talk. It's getting too freaky here. and the doctor and me are both getting down bad because of Lemwen. Okay, so yeah, I feel like that was a shorter read because mainly it's because I don't think I can read more of this. I am already half chubbed right now for our crippled waifu. So yeah, again, that was The Sweetest Parfait by Cross Cosmic. Now this is the fan fiction that I've been looking for. Like self-indulging fan fiction. Like, you know, the usual ones, the one that people mostly talk about. The first one was more of a creative approach to making fan fictions. Like they actually tell like a story. Like I'm not saying that this one isn't telling a story because clearly this one is about romance and stuff. Let's move on to the next one. And for our next one, we have something from NIKKE, Goddess of Victory. Like if you know NIKKE, you definitely know about all the memes with all the ass and the shooting and how much jiggle physics was invested into this game. But the thing is, NIKKE's setting makes for an actual good story. They're in a war-torn world, so you already have that one set up. And the main character is the commander. You play as the commander and you command these doll girls, these NIKKE, to fight for humanity. So essentially, these girls are not human, but at the same time, they are fighting for humanity. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. I'm just saying that NIKKE makes for a good setting for a lot of fan fiction that is not just for self-indulgence. Like you can actually be more creative. Not that I'm saying you can't be creative on other games too, but this one has, like in Arknights, has a more mature feel to it. For this one, we are reading NIKKE, Wings of Victory by Rider of Black. So the tags are actually just novel tags. There's no memes in here. Like so I feel like this one has a more serious tone to it. The two squads briefly united with one another as Charles helped Joshua off the ground. Thank goodness you're alright. The raptures nearly got the better of you. A deep sigh of relief escaped the young commander. I thought I was a goner at first. Sweat poured down Joshua's forehead. The academy never told us things were going to be this hard. I don't think they taught us anything besides the basics. Even then, it was a slapdash job. Charles muttered those words under his breath. Criticism against the central government was frowned upon, so to speak, especially if they came from a commander. Nevertheless, it was a fact that most commanders were given a poor education. Speaking of which, what's the cargo status? Charles gently shifted the conversation. Joshua turned his head and glanced at the metal crate nestled beside him. It's all there. Don't know why the Ark needs these gems so badly. They look really pretty though. He approached the crate and gently pushed the lid, revealing a trove of sparkly blue gems. Okay, this one is definitely a call to like the actual game because the currency in game is those blue gems that they are talking about in here. They twinkled with an indescribable light, like stars nestled within the night sky. I wish I could take one home for myself. Might be worth a pretty penny. Okay, they really like the word nestled, huh? I mean, to be fair, like it's a nice word, so but the thing is you don't have to use it so often. I'm not a writer, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's just that I noticed this word, and at the beginning I said, ooh, nestled, pretty good vocabulary, but then they repeated it on this one again. You know how pedantic the central government can be, Joshua. Charles reminded his colleague, arms folded over his chest. They'll kill you if they suspect you pilfered from them, or worse, dumping you off in the outer rim. He shuddered upon saying the words outer rim. A mild scoff of disappointment escaped Joshua as he tossed the crystal back inside. Man, what happened to you, Charles? You've grown to be quite the bootlicker. The olive-complexioned man casually reclined against the crate. It's my duty as the commander to act out their will, fighting to reclaim the surface and keeping the peace within the Ark. What could be better than that? Joshua knew that it would be futile to continue arguing, so he dropped it. Anyway, I gotta bring this crate back to the Ark. He gestured at Soldier, E.G., and Idol Flower to lift the heavy crate. Thanks for the save, Charles. I owe you one. Okay, this one feels more of like a proper story. Like, you could definitely see this lines in an actual game. Like, especially when you've read something from NIKKE. It has this kind of vibes to it. Like you would think that this actually was, part of the game or something, a script from the game. You can see the style of this writing is definitely inspired by the game itself if you've read the story of NIKKE. So yeah, I guess this one is like they are actually making scenarios in their heads and telling that in the form of writing this fan fiction, which is, I think it's pretty neat. The moment I read some of these, like I just want to read the next line and the next line, It's not like I want to comment to every bit of it. So yeah, that was NIKKE Wings of Victory by Rider of Black. Pretty good read actually. Again, if you want to read these fan fictions, I will provide the link in the description. Moving on to the next one. Next up, we have something from Wuthering Waves. This one is titled Our Rover. Okay, so for this one, it seems to have multiple chapters, so we're gonna do a random number generator. We're gonna do a gacha on this one. Very fitting. So it has 9 chapters and we're gonna generate a random number from it. And we got number 4. Okay, before we begin, we would want to check out the tags first, obviously. Oblivious Rover, okay? Fluff and Angst. Of course, I know what the fuck Futanari is. A first time, first kiss, first everything for Rover. Okay, so Rover's gonna experience everything all at once. Wait, what I wonder is this gonna be the male or the female Rover? It seems like most of it is the female Rover, so once again, this is Our Rover by Trash Fire Kid. Oh, by the way, I am gonna butcher some of the names here because it's Chinese and I have no idea how to pronounce Chinese names, okay? So please bear with me. Carlotta's sigh vibrated through Rover's arms. She's only the nurse when it amuses her. Correction. Wait, how do you pronounce this one? Is this supposed to be Cantareya or Cantarella? Either or. I'm gonna pronounce this as Cantareya. Correction, Cantareya said, tapping Rover's nose, making her blink rapidly. I'm the nurse when the actual nurse is conveniently detained. Her wings suggested she might have personally arranged that detention. Lucky for you, I did study medicine before realizing how much more fun it is to dissect minds than bodies. Okay, very edgy of Cantareya here. What I want to know, would a masochist want to be dissected by someone? Like, would there be a level of masochism that would want them to be dissected like that? Like, I mean, sure, they would want like some kinky stuff like bondage and bullshit, but would it reach that point where they would want to be amputated by someone? I have no idea. Rover's grip on Carlotta tightened instinctively. That's several levels of concerning. It is. That is definitely what's on my mind after her saying that. Focus, Rover, Carlotta interjected, though her lips betrayed a twitch of amusement. Unless you've developed a sudden fondness for being my personal palanquin. What the hell is a palanquin? Okay, they know bigger words than I know. To be fair, I am ESL after all, but what is palanquin? I do want to know what that is. Palanquin, in India, in the east, a covered litter for one passenger, consisting of a large box carried on 2 horizontal poles or 4 or 6 bearers. What the hell is that? Oh, this one, okay. I've seen this one on Game of Thrones. I didn't know it was from India though. I thought it was just like medieval and shit. Wait, if she said personal palanquin, a palanquin means like the actual box, right? It's not the people who carries it. Yeah, a palanquin is the one where they sit on. Ooh, I kind of like that. Her sitting on me is, I am down horrendous right now, I'm sorry. Cantareya clapped her hands together. What have you done to yourself this time, Lottie? And more importantly, she leaned in, sapphire eyes gleaming. Did you make it dramatic enough to be interesting? Carlotta's smile could have sweetened tea while poisoning the drinker. I kind of like that sentence. That's pretty nice. Oh, I do like that line though. Well done to the author. Cantareya, how thrilling to see you playing nurse again. Do try to contain your enthusiasm to professional levels. Rover's head swiveled between them. It's kind Rover's motorboating both of them. I'm just kidding. Carlotta still suspended in her arms. You two know each other? Unfortunately, they chorused. Cantareya giggled, tapping her pen against her lips. Our families are old friends, she said, emphasizing friends like it meant sworn enemies. Now, are you going to stand there all day, Rover, or put her down? My eyes are up here, by the way. See, I told you. Rover is definitely looking at a dirt motorboating them or some shit. Okay, this was a pretty interesting one. It's a nurse play pretty much. So I guess this one is also a self-indulging fan fiction, I would say. But this one is better written. Or is it just because I'm reading this on a different day? My mind is on a different state today and I can focus more. I also would think that's kind of unfair for the other ones because right now I am reading this. I have a different state of mind pretty much. So yeah. But yeah, this one is well written, to be honest with you. I'm glazing this one line that they made. It's just so good. This one line carried the whole excerpt that we just read. Carlotta's smile could have sweetened tea while poisoning the drinker. Such a good line, man. Well done to the author. Trash Fire Kid, our rover. Okay, I still can't get enough of the title. But yeah, that was actually a good read. Like they have a wider vocabulary. Like I didn't know that those mobile thingies, the palanquin, is a thing, or that it is called a palanquin and it is actually from India. I actually learned something new today because of a fan fiction. But yeah, I am kind of interested what Cantareya or Carlotta looks like because I've heard this name before. Wuthering Waves is pretty popular, so you really can avoid a lot of the things, a lot of the characters being mentioned. So yeah, now I'm curious what Cantareya looks like. Oh, okay. Oh, she looks really elegant. Okay, I can imagine her acting like the nurse. Okay, that's pretty cool. How about Carlotta from Wuthering Waves? Oh, she has white hair. She kind of looks like a vampire too. Oh, and she has a gun. Wait, I actually want to play Wuthering Waves. If they have a character with a gun, I'm all for it. Characters with guns are just more interesting to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of me being obsessed with Kurumi Tokisaki from Data Live. So yeah. Anyway, moving on to the next story and the last one too. Okay, so after reading all that, I learned that fan fictions aren't as bad as what most people make it out to be. The one thing I really noticed is that the level of writing in fan fictions are pretty similar to the writing of some indie games from sites like itch.io or like some books that you can get in your local bookstores or whatever. But like in both media, there will always be games or stories that will stand out among others. Because here's the thing, you have to remember that these people are amateurs. Like, don't blame them for like poor writing or whatever. For them, this is either just a hobby or they're just taking more steps into becoming the author that they want to be. But with enough practice and experience, they will eventually make a banger piece. Fan fictions are usually put in a negative light because most people will just highlight the ones that are poorly written and they just make a narrative that all fanfics are bad. Also, maybe it's because a lot of fan fictions are just authors who wants to self-indulge in their fantasies and write them out well. Okay, so enough about that. To all aspiring writers out there, keep doing you. Don't let some idiot like me stop you from writing. Enjoy expressing yourself, just don't do really weird stuff with it. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. This was Obaro. I'm gonna fuck off now. Bye.